Keep listening to what you're doing. You get all lost.
Yeah.
I just try to throw a little curveball in there.
Well,
all right. So
I'm not good with curves, ball.
All right. So you guys might not recognize him. It's been a while, and you've got a much larger.
Did I have a beard in the old one?
It was like I think a little bit.
Yeah.
Now you're like full blown.
It was even bigger for a while. My mom was like, "You need to cut that down."
You've been to the mountaintop. You're
I have
seeking
been.
Wisdom and guitar playing and.
Watching your videos.
Oh, please. So
well, every great guitar player that is out there, you do one.
Right. Well, hence why you're here.
Incredibly, well, I just thought it's because we were friends.
Right. Well,
because I watched Guthrie
right?
play and I go, what the hell is he doing?
Dude, I was there yesterday and I'm just like, bro, seriously? Like, and it's funny, like, taking people over there because, like, everybody's intimidated by him and it's just like, come on, guys, you guys all are really great.
And you're like, he's just a regular person.
Just a regular.
He puts his pants on one leg at a time.
Exactly. It's so funny. Well, anyways, if you don't recognize him, this is one of my all-time favorite Nashville guitar players, period. Ryan-Wariner.
Wow. That's big.
Yeah, no, seriously. And
everybody again.
we have a mutual love of Van Halen, DeMartini, Neil Schon, all the greats. Right?
Yeah.
So it's right up my alley. But today is you're really the takeaway I have most, other than your terrifying licks, is the feel and the bends. And the way I think a lot of people, they have technique but they don't have the feel. And so one of the things we were talking about earlier was we're both big Journey nuts, but I was talking about there's a Neil Schon has this way of picking that really makes it sound like the stuff's going to explode out of the speakers, right?
Yeah.
And,
he explodes always.
He does, always, right? And so you were saying, too, that it's the Clapton thing, too. But anyways, enough babbling about it. What was the... How did you kind of stumble onto it? Because you can do it, too. So, like...
man, I think I just subconsciously trying to sound like Eric Clapton and Neil Schon, and it just sort of happened. Yeah. But the one thing I try to do is to really attack stuff hard.
Okay.
Like we were saying earlier, like almost over attack when I'm practicing.
Okay.
So that when I, you know what I mean? Like I really dig in, but then when if I get where I'm comfortable with that and I'm actually playing live and can dig in live like that, then it really starts sounding like it's tough.
But what's the, like, I notice a lot of the stuff that you do is an upstroke.
Yeah, that's something I first heard about it from Eric Johnson. Yeah. Not personally, unfortunately. But I saw him in his Hot Licks video that I watched every day.
Yeah.
And he was talking about brushing the string up. Okay. And I think he mentioned Clapton, but I don't know. I don't remember. But he does. I mean, obviously talks about him a lot as a hero. But when I was like really trying to sound like him when I first got into stuff, it's because of Cream, White Room, and Crossroads.
Right.
And I was just trying to apply that upstroke thing he was talking about.
Turn that thing on.
And when you do, it feels to me like immediately it just sort of placed the note a little differently. Yeah. And it seemed to me to be like a way to sort of mimic that sort of thing.
And it's got a snap.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Okay, so one of the interesting things about digging into is, I think one of the things you have to train yourself not to do is when you dig in over here. I know a lot of people really clamp down over here too.
I never thought about that, but that's true. Yeah. Because I feel like when I'm digging in here, I'm clamping harder on the right hand and trying to play softer here.
Yeah. Okay, so but when you really attack the note, you're still not. I can see by your arm, you're still not gripping it super hard. It's still super loose.
Yeah, I guess so. And like I just realized I'm like, you're making me look at it.
Yeah.
Like I'm going, what do I do here? But I realized I was holding the first string with my ring finger.
Oh,
I never knew I did that.
So is that for a muting thing?
Yeah, I never. So you can. So you never have to worry about hitting.
Yeah.
I never realized. Cool, man. Thanks for coming here today. Help me realize what I do.
Interesting. So.
But yeah, the up thing. Like if you played that same lick, well, hopefully the same lick,
right
down. I feel like it's not that different. Yeah. I guess, unless you're, I guess it feels different more than I'm hearing it right now.
Yeah, but it has like
there is
a sound before the note.
Yeah, there is. It's like it almost like it screeches into it.
Yeah.
It like scrapes into it. You know.
Okay, so what are some? Let's stick in one spot. What are some of the favorite bends, and also your hair? We got
my hair,
like
my hair.
A Prel commercial right now.
Oh yeah. What is that, Prel? Okay, let's see here. The really right there, I did that sort of when I do my fake Clapton, fake wannabe cream bit.
Right.
That's the bend for me. Like that, Paul Casa from Free did it too. We were talking about him earlier, but. Not every rock guitar player at some point, but to me, it's the Clapton. I hear him every time I'm playing, like if you're in E, you know. So right there, you're the.
Yep. Okay, so that'd be on the, what is that, the 17th fret?
Yeah. So like.
Okay, see, but even those little bends right there too.
That's something you're talking about. The other day, the Journeyman 24 Nights era when he played this.
Yeah.
He did this around that time on that 24 Nights.
Right.
Well, I was DVD Blu-ray, I guess. Right. I don't know. when I rented it every Friday on Blockbuster, it was a VHS. Exactly. But he does this thing that's cool too.
Okay, break that down slow.
That's a really cool thing, and I remember going, I'm stealing that.
Yeah.
He does it on Old Love on there, but it's like. So you're like on the G string here, you know, on G bending up to A. Instead of just going, set it like that, where we normally would just go. So you bend.
Yeah. It's like bending into that major
bend in and hit it,
yeah.
But he was doing that
down there too, though.
Yeah, that's kind of the feel he does on that Old Love. It's kind of cool.
That was cool. What was it? Slow way down though. Yeah. Mortal speed.
So like it's same deal. So it's that 12.
Yeah.
Bending up to the 14th. You know, the 8. You know what I mean? You can do it.
What was the last little? Oh,
I just went to that. Kind of like that deal.
Interesting.
It's just kind of like greasing up the kind of.
Oh right, so that's almost like an A bend if you're an A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is an A.
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
And you can do those little things, you know. I always talk about.
Right.
I like the half step thing. Yeah. So it's like.
But those are all upstrokes, basically.
Yeah, I do that always upstroke, and that's how that's how I realized it sounded like the feel that he had in that VHS video, whatever.
Piece of stone.
He's doing it in like, you know, something at A.
Yeah.
So that's something that's cool, and that is the upstroke. Like I'm playing up the whole time. Up. Even that, I'm hitting up.
Well, and the thing you were talking about earlier, and we were both talking about, his timing's so weird, but it makes sense now that you say that it gives it that extra little lag.
Yeah, it's like a whatever fraction of millisecond or whatever. Instead of going, it's not the same.
Yeah. Well, you can only pick upstrokes so fast.
It's just a hair behind. Yeah. EJ sure can do it more. But like he talks about that a lot. And that, like I said, I always watched his video too. He talks about like brushing up.
Yeah.
When he's doing that kind of stuff, he's always got that up in there. You know, his thing, but... See, I hit them all up, I guess, except the last one, but... And there's also this little chirp.
Yeah.
And you can, and I love that sound. It sounds wilder and like you're digging in.
Yep.
You know,
for sure. What was that? That was cool.
That's like that half-step thing we're talking about where you can just kind of, as a reference, you can...
Okay. Oh, nice.
So you can actually, if you're worried you're a little pitchy or you're trying to get your muscle memory right. You're trying to get your muscle memory right.
Oh, right.
And then actually doing that, we can work on the upstroke thing too and only hit it up.
Yeah.
Then you're working on two things at once.
Yeah. Well, you know, the interesting thing about the upstroke thing too is a lot of times when people are picking down to bend, they hit the string below it, and you can't do that.
I know. I have to catch myself on that a lot. I dig in a lot. I'll notice I'll hear things back.
Yeah.
We were here doing some guitar solo. Last week, and I was going, man, I keep hitting that. I keep hearing that G string hit out. So when I practice at home, I actually have been more like over. That's where that over exaggerating thing where I've been making sure to not hit the other one. Yeah. So I'll play it slow and then over exaggerate more than I would if I was actually playing it. Just so I can sort of almost like put a marker. In my mind and not hit the next. I'm making sure not to, and like it almost doesn't matter what you're playing left hand. There were some funky things in there just then, but I'm just trying to make sure I'm getting that attack sound always. You know, really hear that.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like you get a muted sound, but a note coming out at the same time.
Yeah, it's kind of like that Al Di Meola thing I used to always read about. He would play in the. Like when he was a kid, he had to play all night, and it was like it had to be real muted. So I started going, "That's kind of cool. I'll just play real muted." Yeah. Like when I'm sitting around, I started doing it at night when I was a kid too, because I read he did. Not that I can play anything like him, but it made me like you can work on your accuracy like that. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what you're doing almost over here. You could just, work on.
Getting them.
But I really make sure to mute the others, so I like almost like overdo it to hear that it's not hitting the note you don't want. Yeah.
So in your own playing, you almost overcompensate a lot to get back to a balance.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like you do it too much. Yeah. Yeah, to get the balance. I also think I saw that from Paul Gilbert. He talks about that too.
Does he?
Like really overdo it so that when you come back to it, it's more natural. Yeah. Like if you were doing that, talking about Neil Schon, the famous, you can just like I sat there, really make sure you're hitting it and not hitting the other string. You can tell when you can hear when you mess up and you hit the other thing. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Man, I knew a guy used to show me this. My friend Andy used to show me stuff on guitar all the time. Yeah. And he could play it. He would play that all for whatever. Yep. You play it that way, and I was like, man, what are you?
The guy Lincoln Brewster he does it that way.
He's got that cool new gold Strat out.
Does he?
He's got a signature Strat that just came out.
Come on.
It looks really rad.
I thought that guy fell off the map. Is he still
brand new Fender signature? It's like a 57 Strat with gold.
Can't be that off the map.
Yeah, it's got noiseless DiMarzios like this thing. So
really?
I'm going, maybe
that guy's a beast.
I've been wanting to check that guitar out.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Let's do a little rock jam.
Okay.
And you can show them what it sounds like with rock stuff.
We can.
so that's a la Van Halen, right?
Yeah, it kind of is. Yeah.
Okay, so
not close enough.
Is that the?
That's like yeah.
What are you doing there?
Well, honestly, in that I'm just thinking about that was an A.
Yeah.
So I'm, when you're thinking your regular pentatonic box, if you're all the way up here.
Yeah.
Right there, what is that? 17 and.
Yeah, so you're like 19 or whatever.
Yeah. So I just think about that box shape or whatever you want to call it.
Oh, I get.
That's the note you're there.
Yeah.
And I'm back. Basically, this is a little thing I've got in the shape back from there, one down. So I'm like, it's in there.
Right. So that would be position 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a step and a half then.
Exactly.
But you did like a. What was the?
What did I do? Oh, like.
Okay, so you're going back down to pitch, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it is a step and a half.
And then you chromatically go down.
Yeah, see, that's the thing like I was talking about. That's really cool to always check your pitchiness with the... Especially if you switch in guitars with scales.
Yeah.
Like if you're playing a Gibson, you go to a Fender.
Sure.
I do that on slide too, because I play a lot of slide on gigs and stuff I do where I'll make sure, I'll really, do that, and then make sure I'm getting the slide to the right.
Yeah, well, I mean, because
it's really helpful for that too.
Yeah, intonation's huge, but
yeah.
But it's interesting because a lot of the bends that you're doing are like little microtone bends. Like it adds a lot of the feel on the way down.
That's again, like we were saying, that Eric Johnson. He does that thing, and I always thought that sounded super cool.
Right.
And so I just started trying to do that, and I started going, But then I started going, there's. Yeah, I like those little microtone half steps.
So good.
So yeah. That's cool too.
What is that one? Oh yeah.
That's a good one. That's kind of. So instead of going.
Oh.
Whatever, a lot of people would probably play it like that.
Yep.
It's got a little more swagger to it that way. Instead of. That's cool
how
too, though.
How did you get out of that?
And that what I just did there, I think was. But that's also I lean on that a lot because it's in that normal box shape.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But a lot of times I try to think about widening out this way instead of going this way.
Yeah.
Which has kind of got me thinking about our boy Warren. Oh. He goes make it a little more linear. So instead of sometimes just to get the sound difference of hitting that note on the G string instead of the D. Going, and so it sounds a little different. But you also have that, now you have that slur there that gives a little character.
Right.
Or instead of... So it's like just two different ways to stick the landing on the same lick, basically.
Yeah, but it does have a thing.
But sometimes that sounds cooler.
Yeah.
And you know how I was telling you earlier, I always just kind of go by, if it sounds cool, it probably is.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, that sounds a little cooler.
Yeah.
So you can kind of...
Okay, so here's the trippy thing, and this is going to deliberately go into the face of a lot of technical theory guys, but we were talking, and Ryan admits this himself, you're mostly an ear player.
Yeah.
Like you don't think about scales, or you just sit down and hear what you want to play.
Yeah. I wish it was a different way, but it's too far gone for me to get that genie back in that bottle.
Right.
I just kind of do it that way, and I see guys all the time that really know what they're talking about, and they can explain all that stuff, and I go, man...
Well, it's funny, like today with your dad in the studio, he's like, "Oh, that's that seventh," and you're like, "Is it?"
And once I sit back and think about it, when he said, I go, "Okay, that is a seventh. I know that." But it's completely here when I'm playing.
Right.
Like over my head, not even in. I'm not even thinking about it.
But my point being is I guess that is a valid way to play, because you're not the first really good guitar player I've run into that is just an ear player. They've trained themselves to be able to hear what they want and then how to get it out. On the fretboard. And
I wish I was a different way, really.
No, I mean,
but it's it's worked for now. So
doesn't seem like you're doing too bad.
Well, I don't know, but seriously, like when I really do have envy of guys that really know what they're talking about. And they can connect all the dots and stuff. But.
Okay, but where do you think that it hinders your playing? If you were going to say, okay, this is the reason why I need to know theory.
I don't know. Now you got me on the spot. I don't have an answer. But
yeah. See. Well, maybe it's really not all that important.
Oh, I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing then. Case closed.
Exactly. Okay, so give me the if we were to name 5 guys who really like have a bending vibrato sound that you like to people to check out. Like these are my top cats.
Bending and vibrato. God, that's so many people. Well, Eric Johnson, bending and vibrato.
Okay, that's one.
For a whole different thing, we mentioned Paul Kossoff. I love him.
Okay.
I always say he's like the link between Eric Clapton and Angus Young.
Okay.
You ever wondered, like, what is there? There's got to be a guy in between there.
Yeah.
He's the guy.
Okay. So give an example of what he would do.
You know, it's in that same vein in that late 60s British blues boom. But he has this kind of, he had the screaming kind of thing too. But he would do these like, that kind of vibrato like Angus.
Right.
Kind of shaky, but in a like aggressive way.
Yeah.
Not in a nervous way, but it's like aggressive. I can't always do it.
Yeah.
But those guys really, Angus for that, man.
Yeah.
You know, on like
amazing.
Night Prowler and stuff like that, man.
Yeah. And just to be able to do it all night.
I know, he has to shake his whole body.
Yeah, totally.
I can't ever get it right. I go, man, he's shaking the whole body.
Yeah, all 4'9" of them. Yeah.
But so.
Okay, so him.
Eddie, of course, just because everything him is great to me.
What's an example of like a bend from Eddie that you would?
He does that like over bend where you're like in your regular box shape. Like we'll go back to Ego. That's easy for.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Yeah. Oh, that's killer.
He does that, really something like that.
Yeah. What would that be?
So we're bending like normally, so like, or actually I guess I'm doing it like an
arpeggio.
Yeah, like a minor arpeggio.
Yeah.
So go bend to that like kind of what you would normally do, I feel like. But you actually go.
So it's 2 steps.
Yeah, but it sounds so much more wild. It's if you hear that, it's boring.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Even with the upstroke.
Yeah. Yeah.
Helps a little bit.
Yeah. So it's 1 down, 2 down, 1. Oh, dude.
You squeeze it all out of that one. You can hit it once and squeeze it all out. See how another one I love? I guess that was pretty close. See what I mean? You always have it's always good to reference your intonation.
When he does the box 1, when he does it.
Oh, yeah.
Right there, you know?
Oh, man,
I love that one.
That's always great, man.
Yeah.
That's kind of similar to that Clapton thing we were doing, just with a different attack on it. It's the same thing.
Yeah. What was that? Do that again. Wait, slow it down. Come on now.
Let's see. I have to think what I didn't know what I did. You caught it. You caught me on something.
Okay.
So just that. Kind of guy. It's sort of like Night Ranger.
Yeah, totally.
Whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not right. It's not right. Don't kill me, guys.
So we got Clapton, Kossoff,
anything Eddie,
Angus, anything. Well, yeah,
Eddie, yeah,
right? He's the king.
He's the king. Rhythm guitar.
Warren is another one.
Yeah.
Okay, what's an example of a?
Well, he's back to where like we're talking about, which we've talked in the past too. But like like I said earlier, going this way.
Okay.
But he does those like. He does those kind of things where I've noticed it. Maybe he does play them cross more than I do, but I always feel like it sounds more like him when I'm trying to cop that sound. When I'm going a little more this way.
Up, okay.
You know what I mean? Try to go those, and they slur in there in a cool way.
Yeah.
I do that a lot too.
Yeah.
So you don't actually. It's kind of the same thing as what we were doing.
It's like a sliding bend.
the slides are a good way to like switch position.
Yeah,
that's what I find. I do that a lot for that. But then I'll stop there, get a breath, and you can do a half step if it's if the song underneath sounds cool with that. Sometimes the half step's like the worst rub in the world. And sometimes you don't know until you do it.
Right.
And people look at you and go, "What the heck was that?"
It's just for fun, because I can.
That's a good one too. That's basically the same thing we did earlier. That. It just sounds. I love that sound. Yeah.
What if you're gonna do like a more kind of like '80s kind of blues, like a?
See, there's that right there. Or. If you want to go down that lock.
Okay, so the vibrato is super freaking wide, which I love. Is it? But like, how do you start getting that?
I think it happened more than not on purpose.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, being left-handed, I think it just kind of.
Yeah.
I just started doing it more, just trying to hit. And that's I'm doing that bit where I'm trying to hold both strings on either side. Like this is a B string, that's the B note on a B string.
Yeah.
But I've noticed I try to stop it there. And
okay, so you're really consciously muting the strings on each side.
The more you consciously mute, I feel like, the more you have room to really go. You can go more when you know it's not going to
so the,
do that, you know?
The muting is again this finger kind of sneaking under.
Yeah, I can see I'm doing it with the first finger there.
Yeah.
I've never caught that till just now.
I mean, because your finger gets way underneath there. It's a trip.
And I'm holding you can't see it there, but I'm holding basically the joint of my thumb is holding the G string from ringing.
Okay.
So you can really, so you know that the either side of it won't ring, you can really get after it more.
Okay.
You know?
Gets that harmonic in there. That's awesome.
Yeah, if we're lucky, that happens.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
So that's cool. But you add like some. Wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, I just love the way those bends sound.
Yeah.
You know. I just like those half step.
Yeah, and you know what a lot of it is too is like your people always rush into a bend, and I notice a lot of times you go slow into them. You know,
and sometimes when I feel rushy, like you know, especially when you're cutting like a guitar solo like we were doing here last week, and you're listening to it under a microscope, every note I hear that's rushed, I'm like, God, that stinks. Why do you?
Yeah.
You know, why do you do that?
Red light
so
fever.
It's like, right? And I'm always trying to think, and it's not always successful, but. Whether it's successful or not, I feel like you should always be thinking, trying not to rush into that stuff.
Because it makes such a difference in the feel.
Exactly, it really does. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of where the difference, it's a slight thing, but like picking up or down can make that slight feel difference.
Right.
See what I mean? You know what I mean? Whatever, but it's. But you can do it unplugged and just sit there and listen for it to. Back to the exaggeration thing.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean? So
I do.
That's That's just something I do every day to make sure I'm at least on track.
How much do you practice today?
Oh man, I wish I had a set number.
Yeah.
Or set I practice 4 hours every day.
To be honest.
Well,
hours or just
lately it's been I'd say an average maybe an hour and a half.
Okay.
Average, sometimes maybe 4, or sometimes maybe 10 minutes.
So you play a lot.
Yeah, but sometimes maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah, right.
Depending on what's going on. As much as I can.
Yeah, because you're on the road and stuff too.
Yeah, and that's actually sometimes can be the hardest.
Yeah.
Because if the situation,
you're moving
with hotels, you're moving. Do you have your guitar with you, or is it at the gig?
Yeah. Where can people see you play live?
Man,
are you out with Gary still?
Well, I've been doing the country gig with Gary Allen, which doesn't seem that applicable here, but I'm doing all the same junk on that.
Well, Greg just came and said, he's like, man, Ryan is playing better than I've ever heard him play. He said that the other day. He saw you in Texas or something like that.
Yeah, he was there in wherever we were. But yeah, I do I guess we're still probably, by the end of the year, I've done 80, 85 shows with him.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
So you got more coming up?
Oh, yeah, I'm leaving tomorrow.
Okay.
Then I'm going to play today with you, and then tomorrow I'm going to play in the morning, and then we're gone. So Gary Allen, country. But that's kind of like, I get rock, I have my Klon pedal and everything, but there I'm playing, I have a Sur Eclipse, which is cool too, for 80, sort of an instant 80s thing.
Yeah.
But that gig, I was telling you, I'm playing a Fender Vibra King, the old 90s one, and a Telly. And so, but I still really do the same stuff. Even though we're playing a completely different thing here, I'm still doing all that.
Yeah. It kind of just works.
Yeah.
People like it. It's that it's that people, you can never go wrong with killer classic rock.
No, I mean that's what I've loved since day one.
Yeah.
But I still love country guitar and Telecasters. There's some great ones right on the other side of the camera, right over there. But but I just kind of even when I'm playing that guitar and I'm still thinking in more popping and telly country stuff, which again this isn't the setup for it.
Yeah.
But I'm still always doing those things.
Yeah. Okay, so website or anything?
I mean, I have a website. It's not super updated.
Okay,
that's just my name, Ryan-Wariner.com.
Okay,
I've got somebody
helping you.
We're working on some stuff.
Up to date.
And there's some new stuff coming with this new band we were talking about. I don't have a name, so I don't know what to tell anybody yet, but we're working on some cool stuff, and when we're going to attach the name with everything once we have it.
Right.
But
it's under construction. Gary
Allen, Jewel, I've been her band leader.
Oh, seriously? You're still doing the Jewel gig?
We just play so infrequently.
Yeah.
But I've been, I guess, playing with her.
That was the first time I ever saw you play, too.
08?
Yeah.
It was 08?
Yeah.
When we did that. Was that
Paisley or something?
Irvine Meadows?
Yeah.
That was 2008. Yeah. Since then, but she, plays. Sometimes she'll this year she's like, I'm working on a book.
Yeah.
So she's working on a book. She didn't play. Right. So I got my 85 with Gary. Yeah, exactly. I would if I could.
Right.
And you got
then I got
I've got 80 gigs with him.
Right.
Sometimes up to 100.
No way. So you're busy.
And then but I end up playing more when I'm home than on the road.
Okay.
Which is funny. It doesn't seem that way.
Right.
But some days the way it works out on the road, you may only play for the hour and a half you have, or a little warm
up. But that's a whole different kind of
it's another conversation
thing, though.
Because it's another video altogether.
Yeah, because that really playing live really especially with you guys, you got to be for real. It's a show.
Yeah, it is, and that particular setup with Jewel, we always sound check, but with Gary, there's other stuff going on in the day, golf, whatnot.
Just grip it and rip it.
So we just grip it and rip it every night, exactly. So it's a good trial by fire every night, and you don't exactly know how your rig is sounding that day. You just go out and
1, 2, 3, go.
1, 2, 3, go.
Yeah.
And I'll usually know in a couple songs if I can land some extra
stuff.
Ear candy, or if I just need to stick to my stay on the path a little more,
exactly. Yeah.
But I'm always trying to fit stuff in, and even licks from other guys, just for my own. Sometimes I'll throw it out, see if my buddy, who's the other guitar player, because we have a killer other guitar player too. His name's Anthony Rankin, and he's a Neil Sean freak.
Oh, nice.
His favorite album is Resin Ready. He could sit here and talk with us about Neil Sean all day.
Oh, sweet.
And he kind of plays like Neil and like Lukather.
Yeah.
So I'm always going, how is this guy so good? And I'm trying to play to keep up with him. But it's not really keeping up so much as it's like, I'm going to throw this in and see if he notices.
Yeah, right. Get the little
or
nod.
A Jimmy Page or a Van Halen or Brian May
or
or whatever it is.
Right.
See if I can't catch
It's an inside joke between the bands.
It's an inside joke. A buddy of mine used to say, a guy I used to play with in another band used to say it's like throwing a frisbee.
Yeah.
And he's like, I just throw out a little frisbee and see if the other guy catches it.
Right.
And that turns out to be the whole show sometimes.
Yeah.
And when they keep landing back and forth, that's when you go, okay, we're having a good night.
Yeah.
The power,
that's awesome.
the power's good there or whatever. Sometimes it's about that.
Right.
You know, you're playing a Telecaster on a country gig.
Yeah.
And I turned around the other day and it was just going zzz, you know.
Brutal.
And they were, you know, it was like a casino gig, and they go, "Oh, the power supply for all the slot machines is above the stage."
Oh yeah, exactly.
Oh, cool.
That's a good plan.
Which is when I go, I wish I had this noiseless pickups and everything, but
bring out your shred guitar for that.
Yeah, right. I've used this on the road before.
Oh, that's
when
awesome.
I first put it together, I brought it out and did a gig with it on it was a country rock, southern rock kind of thing.
Yeah.
I was like, just trust me, it's gonna sound good.
Yeah, exactly.
I just see this kind of.
It's flashy. Could be bedazzling.
80s looking homemade guitar.
Yeah.
Not home. I mean, a friend of mine made it.
Yeah. Friend made?
Friend made. It was made in his home.
Right, exactly.
My friend Dion made it in his home.
Nice.
Anyway.
Well, okay, so check Ryan's links down below. Also, go back and watch some of the other videos we've done together and just put in the comment section below what you want to see, because I obviously, if you're up for it, would love to do more stuff with you. And
well, I've also got that. Check out my Instagram, because it's not like a super private
his
one.
Instagram. I'll put that link down below.
Put that in there. And like, honestly, those things, you know, I get people giving me shit about it all the time. Like they're black and white, or it's like you in your room in the morning. I go, man, it's just like a little.
You know why? Because they're jealous they can't play like you.
Well, I'm like, there's no production value. I get it. Yeah. And my hair's messy and I just woke up. But it's like,
perfect.
It's like a snapshot.
Yeah.
So a lot of times I'll go back and go, oh, that's a cool lick. I should remember that. Yeah. So if anybody else does that, feel free to watch that. And
Instagram clip 52.
Feel free, because I've had a couple guys hit me like, go, you should do some more videos with Brett. But truly, you can look at my comments. I probably have one guy every time go, do some more stuff with Brett. And I'm like, I promise we're going to. Yeah. But
Instalicks.
That'll
be our series.
If we can do some you want to, if you see or anybody mentions any, it's an excuse for me to figure them out.
It's solidified. Instalicks. So go back. I'll put the Instagram link below, and we'll do next time we'll do a series of Instalicks. So let us know which ones they are.
Yeah, and it'll be a good excuse for me to figure them out myself.
Yes. All right. Thank you once again for watching. Again, check the links down below. Thank your dad for this. I mean,
we're in his
Candyland.
Place. I know. We're in his treehouse is what I call it.
One of these days we got to get you and Pops playing, because his dad is terrifying on guitar.
Yeah, and it's all stuff that I have no clue.
Right.
Like playing with a thumb pick, playing the.
Not to mention he's played with some of the best freaking. The stories at NAMM, I was just like, seriously, Jerry Reed, Chet Atkins, like really for real?
Yeah, I know.
The real deal. Now, and you can tell where it's seeped into the DNA.
Yeah. I like to think that.
It has.
Yeah, I like to think that, but every time I try to play traditional Telecaster stuff, I go, it's not close enough.
Right.
He can do it.
Yeah. He's the real deal, man. Anyways, we're going to run out of time, but thank you once again for watching.
Yeah.
We'll catch you next time.